Before I even start, I want to make it clear that I have never been a fan of any of the people involved in the controversy. I am simply someone who has taken the time to read and summarize the situation. In a nutshell, Sinder was accused of manipulation and sabotage. Sinder allegedly created conflicts between artists and other VTubers by inciting them to cancel commissions, problems with payments and contracts. She cancelled commissions without consultation and used excuses to avoid fulfilling her obligations. Nanoless, one of her main artists, was the one who started the controversy, claiming that Sinder was terrible and alleging the aforementioned manipulation and sabotage, infidelity and personal issues. It was revealed that she cheated on her boyfriend or ex-partner and used personal dramas to manipulate her circle. Other details: this included orchestrating against other VTubers, such as one against Silvervale for playing Hogwarts Legacy, using hatred of JK Rowling as an excuse to attack, secretly recording calls, and exposing sensitive issues involving former colleagues. This was the strongest of the accusations made against her 5 months ago. Since then, Sinder had been missing, until now, when she reappeared with a 1,000-page document. I have to say, it's an exaggeration because it's very well structured by chapters and in a coherent order with short chapters averaging 20 pages, except for several of more than 200 that are that size because they contain complete screenshots of conversations, and this is absolutely necessary to prove that things have not been taken out of context. And what is the conclusion of the entire document? Well, that the smear campaign was manipulated to bring down Sinder because the most serious accusation came from Nanoless, who was the catalyst because she claimed that Sinder paid her to cancel jobs for other VTubers, and that was why she paid her for exclusivity. But it turns out that Nanoless posted edited screenshots in the smear campaign in which she cut out messages that made her look bad, such as that she was the one who asked for exclusivity and to stop working for others because she preferred to work more for Sinder. In fact, she did agree to exclusivity but then changed her mind, and as a result of Sinder's document, Nanoless partially admitted to the allegations on Discord. She did take the payment, but she reneged on the exclusivity without returning all of it. She did not post this on Twitter because she knows that it makes her look manipulative, as this was the central theme of the public shaming. Because yes, Sinder did many things, and here you can read a list of everything that both she and her manager Red have admitted. You can pause the video to read everything, but in a nutshell, Sinder and Red accept that they are bad friends because they saw the rest as competition, and they admit to having spoken ill of several people out of envy or because of problems they have had with them. But let's be clear, in your private life you can speak ill of whoever you want because you have the freedom to do so. You don't have to be a people pleaser. You can dislike people and it's not a problem as long as you don't harm others, which is what he was accused of, and now out of nowhere, Nanoless admits that it was his fault for not knowing how to say no. So this whole problem could have been solved by talking, and in fact Sinder tried to do so, but Shillelagh and the rest did not respond. Something I find curious is that controversial channels such as Mujin, which are close to the other side of the controversy, have tried by all means to prevent people from reading the document. They even said on stream that they weren't going to make a video about the issue if Shillelagh didn't speak up, and posted that since Sinder admitted to lying about not knowing that her ex-boyfriend spoke badly about another creator, it discredits everything else and that people shouldn't try to read it. And I don't see any mention on her account of Nanoless's incriminating statements that make Sinder look good. And as I said, Sinder can be blamed for being a bad friend and envious, but not for the main issue of the protest, which was harming others by even paying to cancel their work. However, I see the document as somewhat sincere, where she admits what she did and even renounces her actions at Gamersubs, which have considerable monetary value. If you want a more comprehensive summary, VTubing Explained uploaded a 23-minute video that summarizes everything in detail and names names. My conclusion, after seeing everything, is that the controversy surrounding Sinder was created to bring her down, and Shillelagh, who publicly admitted to inciting people to turn against Sinder, coincidentally benefited the most with a huge increase in viewers.